Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to install the window regulator and window on a Honda S2000. I'm reinstalling my window regulator and window because I just repaired a broken cable on the window regulator. Anyway, let's get to it. The first thing you want to do is insert the window regulator into place. Insert the window regulator head first into the large opening in the door and align the studs on the upper mount with the holes on the top of the door. Then align the window regulator so that the studs on the lower mount are inserted through the door correctly. The lower mount should include a loose plate with nuts attached to it, and if this plate fell to the bottom of the door during removal, you'll need to grab it and then wedge it in between the door and the lower mount of the window regulator with the studs of the window regulator going through it. Next, slide the window regulator motor over until the 3 bolts on the window regulator motor are sitting in their respective notches. Then use a 10mm socket to torque these 3 bolts to 6 foot-pounds. For the top regulator mount, thread the 2 nuts securing the top regulator mount to the door. Align the nuts with the Sharpie marks that you made during removal and use a 12mm socket to torque the 2 nuts to 8.7 foot-pounds. For the lower regulator mount, use a 12mm wrench and a 4mm Allen key to carefully install the 2 lock nuts securing the window regulator to the door. Torque the lock nuts to 8.7 foot-pounds. Then use a 10mm socket to reinstall the 2 bolts securing the window regulator to the door. Torque the bolts to 6 foot-pounds. The last thing necessary for the window regulator is to reinstall the wiring harness. Reinstall the plastic clip for the wiring harness onto the door, and then reinstall the wiring harness connector. Before inserting the window into place, you'll need to make sure that the window regulator is in a position where you can reach the 3 mounting points for the window. You'll need to plug in the power window connector from the door panel to do this. Once the window regulator is in the right place, tilt the window downwards and insert it into the door until the 3 mounting points are aligned with the window regulator. You'll also need to ensure nothing binds against the window stabilizer or the window stops. You'll also need to make sure that the window is aligned with the window sash holder towards the front of the door. Thread the 3 bolts securing the window to the window regulator. Align the window bolts with the Sharpie marks you made during removal and use a 12mm socket to torque the bolts to 6 foot-pounds. Slide the window stabilizer over and align the bolt with the Sharpie marks you made during removal. I had to lower my window in order to get enough space to slide over the stabilizer. Use a 12mm socket to tighten the bolt and torque it to 16 foot-pounds. The next thing you want to do is reinstall the circular window stop into the window. If the window is not already in the lowest position, lower it to the lowest position. Insert the backing plate onto the exterior of the window and then thread the window stop with the bolt into the backing plate. Use a 10mm socket to carefully install the bolt securing the glass stop to the window glass and torque it to 4 foot-pounds. If you've removed the plastic cover from your door like I have, you'll need to reinstall that. The plastic cover is simply attached to the door with this black adhesive that runs around the edge of the door. This black adhesive is actually called butyl tape, and mine isn't very sticky after 16 years of age, so I decided to replace it. If you'd like to replace yours, you'll need to scrape off the old adhesive and simply press on the new butyl tape. I'll have a link to the exact butyl tape that I use in the description box down below. Insert the door locks through the plastic cover and reinstall the 2 clips that hold the plastic cover to the left and right side of the door. Then simply press the plastic cover along the strip of butyl tape in order to make a nice strong seal. Insert the rod crank into place so that the black clip is on the bottom and the white clip is on the top. Install the long rod into the center of the rod crank and then install the other rod coming from the door lock into the top of the rod crank. Lastly, install the rod from the inner handle and to the bottom of the rod crank. Then use a Phillips head screwdriver to install the 3 screws securing the inner handle to the door. The longest screw should go towards the center of the door and the 2 shorter screws should go towards the front of the door. The final step is to reinstall the door panel. If you need help doing that, I've got videos that will be linked down below. If you found this video helpful, give this video a thumbs up. Otherwise, if you're located in the Bay Area and looking to have some work done in your car, feel free to DM me on Instagram.